Hello. It is I, your friend Jeffrey K. Horkrims. This is Dabe.
Apparently, I'm Amy T. Falcone again.
Wait, we do it. We don't again. No, you can't. We have to change the Amy T. This is the least Falconian individual.
Whom Amy?
Well, I was just gonna say, and it's not like if he was Amy, that would be fine. I also like Amy. All I'm saying is that it's not Amy. Ha ha ha!
Wow. Quick overlay change.
Very tasteful.
Shouts out to the team in the back.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, exactly. On the decks, on the ones and twos, obviously, ghostly clockwork. So what are we up to today?
Today we're gonna attack some variants that we were gonna look at the last time, and we just kind of spent too much time. But I'd like to just kind of hop into this one and start focusing on Sentry again. I think she's really, really fun to try to work in your crew.
She is. What is cool about Sentry is that she sort of means one thing up front, and then the deeper into the run, she becomes something else.
Yeah, so up front, she's just helping you get through your stuff quicker, right? We've found that effectively, right?
Definitely.
All right, let me
and then when the light goes yellow, then she's doing something else for you.
Yep. We got purple, red, green, maybe yellow.
No, and she's just got cool art. She's welcome in this party.
No, I want to grab it right away. Put her up front. Oop. Get her set up, and then we'll try to figure out a formation once we get everything in. I've been running Grandma lately, having a good time with that big
Really?
turtle. Yep.
So what's the big draw? Because we've seen Grandma out here before.
Well, honestly, it was because the event ended. God damn it! This is where I'm like.
You never know what to do on this.
I never know what to do on this one. I think it is. This one only affects adjacent champions, and it's hard for him to be adjacent to them.
Well, especially since this.
That makes Doom makes sense.
Yeah, this formation is kind of gutted in the middle too.
Yeah,
so.
right. Yeah, exactly. So because he can't be fully surrounded, Epic Tail doesn't work as well. All right, so let me throw some friends on. So the event ended yesterday, I believe, or the day before. I can't recall all the way. Either way, there was. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, there was some. I went back because it was also Grandma's original event, just the 3-year anniversary of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or the 2-year anniversary.
Oh, so you're gonna chest or two?
I went and I did hers, and I realized I had one more variant of her stuff to do, and I was like, well, you want to have Grandma for it. So I've been haven't changed her out yet, so we'll see.
Did her portrait is great because you can see the rest of the shell up behind the head.
Yeah, that's a
towel.
That's a new angle. I think a lot of the console UI art is very unique because it does give you a different view, a different angle. And,
yes.
And you've never seen people like this until you're playing this variant. And I think Grandma's just one of those ones where you're like, oh, that shell's really, really big.
I think that's especially good. You wouldn't get that sense from the side, really.
No, not at all, I think.
But also, it really draws attention to Jim's teeth, which I like.
Yep.
There's a lot of tooth up front.
Fight. Yeah, which is true in canon for Jim. Chat, help me here. I've always done Circle of Mountain because it sets up a wall that pushes away. But I know that when we were doing other things, we talked about Arctic as well. Maybe more of a mountain guy right now. Arctic all the way, says.
So Saul of Tarsus.
Yeah,
and this is a very dramatic name.
Yeah, so because of the dramatic name, we're all in.
What does it give us?
I don't know.
Something good.
Should have read that, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you were so sold.
Yes.
Just by the gravitas.
All right, and we were talking about this. We were talking about
Last
wanting
time.
to do the Echo's Will. Wait, no. Sentry's Homeland is the thing that buffs you to get the furthest.
Yep.
And Echo's Will allows you to get there faster. Now, for this, we're not necessarily trying to go as hard out as we can. I think we're only trying to hit 175 to unlock this next variant. So maybe we actually go Echo's Will.
You go Will.
Yeah.
Oh, so it puts a debuff on
you
Grandma's
explain?
target that increases the damage taken. Oh, wow.
Okay, so she'll mark someone for the DPS to come in and finish them off.
I love it.
All right, so let's kind of straighten out our situation over here. So I've been under the impression that you want to run V because she's great, but maybe best when she can be in her own column.
Rahu.
So I might look into that.
Thank you so much.
So let's see.
Yeah, Firedale says it's really good for those walls known as bosses. It's just another wall.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. Quillic needs to be adjacent to my DPS, and he's more empowered based on who he's surrounded by.
Hey, now when did this happen?
What's this?
Well, I'll show you what I mean.
Yes. I'm looking where your finger goes.
Over on the right, all the information there about the this UI section here, all the information about the buffs, what buffs are being received.
Did I hit a compare button?
I just think it's very handy.
Oh, it is very handy. I don't know how it got there, and I don't know how to not get it there.
Well, once a character gets placed, it goes away.
I don't believe you.
You'll see.
It went away, but I don't know if that's really good.
Man, you're skipping all this rich lore.
I'm sorry. I was just making sure that the window went on. You're right.
Yeah, right?
You're right.
It comes up when you need it.
Why have I always gone to the tab for that?
It's really handy.
Thanks for teaching me how to play this video game.
You know what?
Yeah, this is the detail screen. It is separate from the actual just pop out.
Yeah, but that's a different type of information that's handy.
You ever get a package delivered from Amazon, you gotta buzz them in your building while you're streaming? Sorry.
We have unique problems.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at what else we got going on here. So does Shandy have any directional buffs? Like things that she benefits from being up front or in a certain line? Obviously, she has a higher DPS than, I think, Tyrell at the moment. Now you see, no one's selected, but it was still hanging there.
Why, I think? Wild dogs.
She buffs the column in front of her for Shandy. So I guess Shandy might even be better here because we're trying to buff her DPS. So, but then V is not necessarily doing a whole ton. I really can't remember what her whole situation is ever. Let me get there. Let's see, okay. Buffs those ahead of her into formation. So we actually want her further back as well. So maybe, so then Isla does what? Okay, so V is Rose in front and procs on adjacent champion kills.
Oh.
So you want her kind of by your DPS. So her being back here is actually pretty not great. There's a lot to work out. And this is a weird formation, so maybe it's time to ask chat to maybe start swapping some people in, because right now we're just kind of on like a speed efficiency thing going on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I kind of got this bar stuck occasionally. Swap for that nut. You know I'm down.
Yeah, it's not a problem for us.
Yeah, I've been waiting to get that nut back in.
It's a premium nut.
So let's see. There we go. Yeah, I think we just got some trubs. Oops.
We have no choice.
Oops. I think we have no choice but to look at these statistics. We're gonna go ranger training to help get to our wall faster, I guess, to complete this mission faster. Put Nut next to Jim. So you're gonna be 2 spaces off DPS and still buff, okay. So, so right now Celeste is next to Jim, giving an AoE kind of around. That's not the right call there. So does it make sense to put Walnut in Quillic's spot?
Oh, with no wolf, no dog form?
Yeah, no, that's not the right call either, because he wants to really be next to Jim to give him that blessing. Choose that. Nut plus Quill should be next to Jim.
Okay, so we got Quill on one side.
Yeah. So how can we get that Nut next to Jim without changing Celeste? But we could also swap Celeste out for Dinar, who would give more of that whole row. Maybe we do that.
Yeah. That's a good combo. So put Dinar up top.
No, swap swap Quillic up and then put Jim in the middle, so Jim's in the very center.
Oh yeah,
I actually
that works
don't
too.
mind that either, yeah. So
Also fine.
Jim center. So then that moves Quillic over here, maybe? I'm gonna read this paper.
Oh, this paper.
That event is over.
No more. All right, so now Jim's in the middle.
All right, Nut is then 2 spaces for Jim. Swap Quillic and Nut, gotcha. Quillic,
For Nut.
there we go. Okay, so we're getting the Empowered Blessing from Quillic there. And Walnut's 2 spaces, and that's 2 spaces, so we're good there. Still getting that Celeste buff. All right, I think we're actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, these for level 18, these numbers are looking pretty solid.
Yeah, gonna get that spec going to the extended warranty. All right, so do we think that right now Deacon's helping speed some stuff up, I suppose?
Yeah, for now. And we can do it.
Well, we could always get in our boy Cthulhu to spread his blessing around.
What and his his grave of men.
But I don't know if that's necessarily. Yeah,
Shadow demon.
Yeah, I believe Taken. Deacon helps speed, but Cthulhu normally has higher DPS, which is totally true. And I think in this instance, because we're only trying to get to 175, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's just go for speed.
We're just trying to cruise up there.
Yeah. So, who else could we potentially add to do some more speed? I think it's.
You got Shandy up there.
Yeah.
We have sort of our speed mix is in there, right?
Minsk being in there for speed a bit. I don't even know if we really want to mess with it too much. I'm actually kind of happy where we're sitting.
No, we're at 62. We're gonna eat these
we'll
motherfuckers.
We'll probably be fine for quite some time.
For sure. Cornelia Sutry asks, "How were those bugs, Jerry?" They were not good. They were not good.
Thanks, Kara.
Earlier in this very stream.
Yeah. So I think you need to catch everyone.
Oh no,
up.
don't worry, it's coming.
Good. Hopefully it's not coming back up.
The less we talk about it, the better. I would describe the sort of a semi-royal occurring in the guts. So we're gonna do a Dark Sun themed beer, and Dark Sun has lots of weird psionic creatures. Lots of weird bugs like the Gaj. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in there that's unique to Dark Sun, and so we thought that it might be fun to incorporate the occasional bug into the brew itself.
Oh, so there's actually bugs in the brew, or was this just an adjacent?
Well, no. So in order for us to do that most effectively, we had to get an assortment of bugs and taste test the bugs so that we would know which one would be
That was a taste test. That wasn't a challenge because someone subbed like I thought when you used to eat the
crabs,
the ocean bugs.
Yeah, exactly. No, we were doing it purely so we could figure out which of those bugs was going to be the right addition flavor-wise to a beer. And so we had grasshoppers and crickets. Grasshoppers essentially smell and taste like beef jerky. The issue is that
I heard you say that, and I didn't believe you because you spit it out immediately, and I know how much you actually love beef jerky.
No, and it was seeing beef jerky corrupted in this way that made it such a trying time.
Beef jerky that's been to hell.
Yeah, this is beef jerky that's seen some shit.
Yeah.
No, the issue with the beef jerky is that beef jerky is dry. It can be, it can be sort of moist, but not wet.
I wouldn't call beef jerky wet.
Exactly.
I think then it's like in process.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Do you know this named character, by the way?
Which one?
This boss that we're fighting.
Oh,
I really like the armor.
No, it's not. It isn't a name. It's a type of creature.
Oh, okay.
I will show you, but that's a classic.
Dungeon and Dragon?
Devil, I think, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, also known as the Furies.
Okay.
Female
so
chthonic deities of vengeance.
So
infernal goddesses.
So the Furies are like 1 and 3, correct?
Yeah, that's a specific thing.
The single representation.
But in D&D, it's a monster.
It's a devil type.
Right. Oh man, you know what would really get me going?
A lot of things.
But it's a specific thing.
Specifically.
Yes, they are from hell. Okay, that's what I thought.
Demons from hell.
So devils. So you want to learn some shit?
Okay, let's get into it.
Demons are from the abyss. Devils are from hell.
Can you describe the abyss?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Well, no, you can't.
Well,
and the reason you can't describe it.
Can you describe how
it's a place? It's a place
the Bible might mention
It's a place of chaos.
Okay.
And so infinite layers of infinite volume.
Okay.
Right? Hell, the individual layers are more or less infinite, but they are arranged. So the difference between the abyss and the hells is that the abyss is chaotic evil.
Okay.
Just wanton destruction.
Okay.
And devils are lawful evil. And so there is a method and a kind of conscious cruelty to it. So there's fundamentally different types of evil, and that's why
right. So hell is orderly and the abyss is chaotic. So the abyss is not in hell?
No, these in the cosmology of the planes.
Okay.
These are separate places.
Okay.
And they hate each other. And the war
They
between
hate each other?
the war between these
nothing about
types
this.
the war between these types of evil
Yeah.
is called the Blood War, and it's raged forever, and occasionally it spills out into, where we live, the prime material plane, where there are worlds and people trying to do their best. But it spills out into other planes of existence as well. But it sort of bubbles up. But that's like the first war, essentially.
Yeah.
And it can't stop. Won't stop.
Yeah.
Not until it gets enough.
I've heard this. I've heard rumors of this.
Yeah, Angus, there are neutral evil creatures. I think the Slod are an example.
The Slaw?
Slod. Have you ever seen them?
Nope.
Slod are
I can't wait to look at all these images.
Slod are evil.
I feel like your phone should have a direct link so we can pull up shit that we look up.
You're gonna love these guys.
Oh, I do love them already.
Slod are essentially evil demon frogs.
I love it.
And they have a bunch of different colors.
But they're not devil frogs, they're demon frogs. See, I thought devil was a singular like the devil, not a devil.
Yeah. Devils is a group.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are neither demons nor devils.
There's another C team here, so I think Temporary Alliance would help.
Outsiders, I think, is the general term for creatures who are outsiders.
Yugoloth are the neutral ones.
Yeah.
Maybe? God, this is very great. I'm learning so many new terms. I really am fascinated by, I guess, demonology, but my only exposure is that of like any that Neil Gaiman has named and discussed, or at least that are named and Neil Gaiman has
the
written
folk,
about.
because Neil Gaiman is obsessed with folk religion.
Yeah, he really loves going into it. So in Sandman, he goes into hell quite a few times, and references named demons that I've looked up later, like, oh shit, this is actually an interesting kind of situation.
Yeah, that era of the research paper fantasy. Alan Moore goes into that type. He goes real hard on the research side too.
Yeah, well, he worships a snake god, and you gotta know all the other people you could worship, right?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Man, I wish I could get this bonus box out of there.
Yeah, essay. That's why I like
if I swapped
Asmodeus
her
as well.
out, if it would go away. That worked, but no, we're not gonna stay with you. Sorry, friend.
So Asmodeus is sort of like the regular devil. Like we think of the devil as being sort of a trickster who binds mortals into service.
Sure.
Makes weird deals with them at crossroads,
Lucifer,
that type of stuff.
Morningstar.
Yeah.
Named.
Yeah, exactly. That meme, basically. Asmodeus
we're back here.
is that guy in D&D, right?
Okay.
And so we had a really cool D&D streaming weekend where it was called Waffles Inc.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Waffle crew and the C team. And then the final game, Chris Perkins and I,
You double DM'd,
we
right?
double DM'd, and we both played Asmodeus at the same time.
Oh, I actually love that. I really, really do.
It was really cool. But it felt right for him because he talks out of both sides of his mouth, right?
I'm gonna get Birdsong in here and do the old neutral buff. If only just to look at Birdsong from the front, who looks very unlike what I thought Birdsong would look like from the side. See our Tabaxi friend over here.
Oh yeah, meow meow.
Quite longer of a neck.
It's got a whole lot of neck.
A whole lot of
well,
neck.
It's like that. Have you ever seen an Abyssinian? Yeah. I mean that's what I'm getting from here. The short fur, but obviously this cat's seen some shit.
So I dropped in Birdsong just because it made that Isla window go away.
Yeah.
If you were wondering, Chad.
No, Waffles Inc. is still up there, still online for you to enjoy. Waffles Inc. was essentially created to be sort of like an Avengers type event.
Yeah.
But like Cillian in D&D. So the first 6 hours are groups of 4 players that get mixed with the DM that trades every hour and a half.
Aggressive.
And then the next day, it's a massive 8-player 2DM game.
Kika asked really quick before it gets pushed off the screen that they are working on Warlock subclasses, and apparently there's 8. And how do you fix the situation of having 8 subclasses within Warlock? Potentially.
8?
I think I might have asked the question wrong if you want to re-answer that, Kika.
Yeah, the DM was
that's
well
very,
put.
Very good.
Turbo, I'm keeping myself in check. I see that neck and I'm keeping myself tamped down.
Yeah, what do you want to do with it? Or near it, I guess.
Wait, what you want to do with all this neck?
All this neck up in my...
All this cat?
Yep. Hey chat, is there a slot for my boy Everin here? Because I do like when he comes out with all his mirror images friends. I like him.
We just maintain the scam.
A lot, yeah. Waffle House, it's very good. I don't think we finished talking about bugs because I think we went demon adjacent.
Oh yeah, we can go back to the bugs. And so, but what I can do is I can go down the roster. I mean, now they know why I was eating bugs, right?
I do want to know.
So it starts with the grasshopper. The
I
grasshopper
watched
is
you eat that. I was photographing that one.
Where we left off is wet, cold, like ice cold, wet beef jerky.
And don't love it.
Yeah, and so
ice cold.
Yeah, I don't know why. Probably because of the water. And so I put it in. And as soon as I put it in my mouth, I immediately, my body resisted.
Yeah.
And so I put it into the garbage bag.
We've all been there.
And I was fine. And then I was like, you know what? I can't leave my boy like this.
He was doing
for the
fine.
Crickets.
He was doing fine.
Right? Pop in that cricket. And I was like, you know what? I got to do this, and I got to do it right. And so I bit down hard, and then instead of crunching, which would have been fine,
I hated that.
It exploded.
Okay, you got juicy one.
And it just threw that stuff everywhere inside the craw.
All that.
But I'm trying to remember. I don't think it would have been better. I don't. It shouldn't have ever happened, Ghostly. So it is. Kika, I think there's a very, very high chance of Strix being back on AIRC team for sure. I love Holly, like legitimately. I would love to work with her again.
We're just gonna look at this walnut menu.
Yeah, feast on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So it was. Oh, it was nut. That.
Oh, you said I heard that there was a bug that tasted like nuts.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
like
the cricket.
Cashew.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true. What was the flavor note for the cricket? Was it still meat?
Smoky.
Smoky. That's it.
Okay.
There'll be EMW. There's going to be plenty of Evil and Omen content for you this year. Don't worry about it. The cricket had a smoky meat, but mostly a smoky flavor, and a lot of wetness. I would say maybe too much. I don't know. You let me know.
I feel like
Give me a call.
if I've eaten bugs in ice cream.
Yeah.
And as sprinkles in ice cream, and that's about it. But they were very crunchy because that was their whole thing.
No, I think
Candied bugs.
exactly. I think crunching.
And I had a good time. It was fine, rather. There's a lot of carapace left in the teeth. I didn't love. You remember that from eating those crabs?
The remainder.
Yeah, the remainder.
The random assemblage
is the worst part. Yeah.
And so then we got down to the
swish them
silkworm pupa.
Yeah, that combination of words grosses me out.
Yeah, pupa, not a edible word, not an appetizing word.
Super dupa poopa scoopa.
I think that was the cricket. I think it was the cricket that knocked me down.
Which one is the one that sent you under the table?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Was it the pupa?
I think no. The pupa, I went nuts on. I threw it right under the gums, ground it up into a cool paste.
Okay.
That tasted straight up like a cashew, like an earthy cashew type nut.
Okay.
Like, that was fine.
So you would pupa.
Fine. Again.
Top 10.
Would pupa again.
Okay.
After that, then it was the mealworm. And the mealworm was much smaller than the others, and so I thought it would be cool.
Yeah.
But the mealworm is made up of what are clearly contiguous chain of cells.
I can picture exactly what a mealworm looks like.
And so you bite that, and it's
I
like
you use it as fish bait often, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But you bite through that, it's like biting 12 bugs, because each of those cells has to. It was not the best.
That one split up kind of weird in the mouth. Okay.
Anyway, and then after that, there was the super. Was that what they called the super worms? I think after that, it was the super worm.
Okay.
And so it was not great. I had to spit that one
back out. Get out.
I had to split that.
Be safe.
That had to get out right away.
Yeah.
And so for me, soaking ass wet cashew is the term. And so I think when it comes down to it, I think we'll do a dry edition of silkworm pupa.
Okay.
In the fermenter.
Okay.
And that will be good.
Are you going to directly advertise? If you were making a label, would you say include silkworm pupa? Or
oh yeah.
Okay.
I would write it in all caps to say "get puped."
Yeah.
Or at the time it was "get a scoop of pupe."
Yeah.
Was the terminology we were looking
for. It came with its own spoon, so you could easily.
Yeah, they all had their own spoons.
So tell me about these snails.
Oh, the snails.
Chat seems to be
snails.
excited about this.
That was the fucking weirdest one.
Because you've had them before. I've had them before.
Well, everybody's had snails before, for sure. But they're like prepared, right? It's got like you go into the thing and it's like hoo hoo hoo, right? You're trying to get it, but it's like butter and garlic. Mostly you taste this stuff, it's just a texture, right?
Okay.
The snail by itself, like on its lonesome,
yes, has
the that sort of mildly bitter, like almost astringent character of like a matcha tea. So you know how that's fundamentally different from a black tea. It's got the rich. They both smell good,
all the way, yes.
But it's a different kind of richness.
Yeah,
a little more spicy. The matcha is like really broad, but there's a bitterness to it that you can detect. These are like that, and then when I ate one, it tasted like that. So snails are not bugs. This is what we determined. Snails are not bugs.
I feel like that sentence will make chat argue for the next 45 minutes.
Oh, they argued at the time.
I know, but what I'm saying is I figure that that's going to come back. That is not what chat voted on.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So,
but I was like, hey, no way I'm eating these.
You feel that snails are not bugs. Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, there's no way I'm eating these. And then I did it because I'm weak. And then I put in the craw, and honestly, the snail was the easiest out of the rest of them. But I was picturing pulling up that lid and then just seeing like a gelatinous puck, essentially like a firm hockey puck of mucus. And I was like,
no,
like, one piece.
Cranberry sauce, but snail.
Yeah, but like mucus.
Yeah,
and
so
I was
is
like,
this
maybe
where they divided a bit better? Where there's only shell?
No, shell-free. Shell-free. Just that meat.
Okay, just that meat.
Anyway, it was.
That's like getting like sunflower seeds on the shell. You just.
It's so good. Yep. And that's what I would do. If I had access to those, they're not bugs, and so we can't use them for the beer. But I would definitely use those in a beer. Just because all they would do, all they would do is bring this matcha thing. It was rad.
Do you have mollusks?
Yeah, see, Nimbleshake, man, I remember when this channel was 90% eating dehydrated crabs. Y'all have come so far. Yeah, now we're eating bugs. So, it's like we got that.
Those are ocean bugs.
We're going this way. Zwak, thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, people say lobsters are basically bugs, but, I feel like there's some distinctions.
Why don't you put matcha
Yeah,
in
Kika,
the
yes,
beer?
you could definitely
so
put
much
matcha in the
easier.
beer. Yeah, I mean, I
Instead of
agree.
using animals that taste like leaves.
Yeah,
just use
don't
leaves.
use an analog. But Josh actually brought in an IPA that had matcha in it. That was honestly really good. I was quite impressed with that beer, actually. Japanese microbrew is in a very good place right now.
Is it? All right.
It really is.
Problem is the bug's texture and taste is different from when it's fermented. I'm scared you aren't going to get the taste you're looking for and putting bugs that break down differently.
Oh, Kipo for sure. Yeah, but that's
bug expert.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say. But that's always no. I haven't done anything like
I
that.
took that one elective in college, and now I'm here.
Yeah, and then I'm pro tier. Kipo, yeah, it's true, but we won't be. We're not going to put these bugs. These are going to be a dry edition, which is to say, this is going to go in. It's going to be sterilized, and then it's going to be introduced to the beer after it has been fermented. It's just going to be the beer. We're going to soak these in it like a tea type infusion. So we're not going to put it in there so that yeast can operate on it. That's definitely not part of what we're doing here. We're just going to be. I mean, I'm not saying that it's better, but we are going to soak some fucking worms, some of these grub, in the beer and ruin it. We're going to ruin gallons and gallons of beer with these bugs.
Soak that worm.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've all seen the hashtag.
That's
I mean,
the horse. Got an emote for it already.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the name of the sauce that starts with a W that you put on steak that tastes like A1?
Well, I refuse to try to pronounce it at all in any correct way. I just say,
Okay.
and then people still know what I mean.
Give me some of the.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was pointing, and they're like, oh yeah, you want this? You want this Worcestershire?
All right, now chat's gonna pop off with the finesse.
Yeah, I was just, you want this Worcestershire?
I've heard Worcestershire and Worcestershire. Are any of those correct?
Worcester. Jeeves
number
and
two.
It's Jeeves
I
and
got the number 2.
Jeeves and Worcester.
Yeah.
Sure.
The Worcester brothers.
Just pronounced
Worcester sauce.
Worcester sauce.
I take that too.
That's fine. Everybody would know what we meant. Soy sauce. Lee and Perrins is correct.
I'm just seeing sounds in chat.
Yeah, exactly. See, I like that Worcester sheen. That's what I need.
Give me a nice glaze.
Oh yeah, just that. I want it. That glint. This is what you guys do to us. Oh, see, Lazarus. Yeah, Worcestershire. Lazarus has got it.
Ooh. See, I thought the Worcester was a joke, and now it sounds like it might be real.
Yeah.
So Jay, if we're going for a bug soak, which sucks.
The big bug soak.
What about upping the alk content a lot for a little extra kick when you eat the bugs?
Yeah.
A la tequila that has a worm in it, right? Eat the worm. I'm told.
But that particular mix, its alcohol content is decent.
Worcestershire,
it's not too crazy.
Sure.
But it's certainly not a hard. It's certainly not a hard liquor. Worcestershire.
Did you just say Worcester sauce?
I have heard people say that, but
I mean, I like it as shorthand.
I
right?
purse my lips. I tisk.
Yeah. I mean, I throw it in marinades often. I keep it on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Dump it in a situation.
I did in a scenario.
Yeah. Oh, I don't.
See, Quill knows too. Worcester there. See, you see what I mean? Like, there's no way to know. You guys, you work this out over there, and you let us know what you come up with. It's in the fridge. It's in there. It's in the door.
Yeah.
You point at it.
Yeah, it's the bottle with the label.
We know what it's gonna do. Dude, this flump is
Dancing around in these.
malevolent up there. You pronounce the U in Jaguar.
You would. That seems like an extremely Jerry thing.
I would. As an attack.
Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce and fish sauce are the keys to the most delicious foods. I agree. Fish sauce, I keep the large bottle on the door.
Really?
Larger than anything.
What's your go-to for that product?
Britt creates a chicken often that is soaked in there for a while.
It would work. It would break it down a little bit.
It's a Thai green chicken, and
Yeah.
it comes out super duper good. And we do vermicelli noodles quite a bit.
Oh, it's an easy call,
Get the
right?
Dip.
Blip, blip.
Yep, blip, blip. If you're ever in Portland, get those fish sauce wings from Pok Pok to change your life around.
What's a Pok Pok?
It's a Thai restaurant, like a northern Thai restaurant.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the well-known ones.
It's the place to go to.
But they have a fish sauce wing that is super good, super duper good. A little dabble on the fish sauce. Half the British population can't agree on how to pronounce our own words.
Oh no, it's I understand. You have regions too. I mean, theoretically, we share a language, Lazarus, but I've been to places and met people from, where you are from, and not been able to understand a word of what they were saying. So,
what is the hardest accent of someone who natively speaks in English for you to parse?
Gosh, in terms of accents?
Yes.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, like some of these accents that I heard there were indistinguishable from other languages.
Okay.
And the truth is there's Scottish words also.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay. We're seeing chat saying Scottish and Creole. Newfoundland.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say I have heard about Newfies.
That's what they call them.
From Alyssa. Valley Girl. There's a big vowel. There's a big vowel up in there. Yeah, Irish. There's definitely some Irish. There's certain parts of. When I was in the Republic, I found it seemed like there was an accent in Limerick that I found very troubling. But that trip was a long time ago.
I know nothing about Newfies.
Well, and the other thing. So, what is it? Is it Dutch is funny because you'll listen to it and it will sound like you won't really detect that there's anything off about it. It all sounds like you parse all of it, but you don't understand what any of it means. Like you recognize all the sounds, but none of them cohere into words at the end of the sentence. You feel comforted the whole time because all the sounds are there.
Listening to Simlish.
Yeah, exactly. You just feel good about it. You just feel good about it. You feel welcomed. Yeah, there's some vowels in that mix for sure.
I love the way that the doctor has spelled Minnesootan.
Yeah.
The way you kind of have to fire it off.
You got to stretch that vowel out, like not unlike a caramello. But yeah, gosh, where was it? It was when we were.
Get the proper term for a bread roll.
Yeah. We were at the Bridge Inn.
Ooh, that's good.
And in Scotland.
Chewy Ranch. Blech.
Yeah.
I do want everyone to argue in chat over what a bread roll is called.
Me too.
Between English people.
And I demand that they do that. For my amusement.
Is biscuit one of the words?
No, that means cookie there.
Okay. What's wafer mean then? Is that a cracker? What's a cracker mean?
Yeah, it was Ratho. So there's parts of Ratho when I was there.
Biscuits are not rolls.
That made no sense.
Fight you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. We're also talking. I'm just wanting everyone to fight.
Communion cracker.
I know what I call a biscuit.
What I think is funny is that now that we've engaged them on this, I'm seeing handles that are in the chat
that I have
never seen before.
That's how you get 'em.
But they've been engaged.
Yeah, you gotta fire off some deep ones to get everyone upset.
We've pulled them out.
And I hear
Crumpant?
I hear ghostly typing back there.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. A BAP in the south of England, right? A BAP?
It's actually BAP. I've not actually heard BAP. I didn't think that was real. I'm told always sturdy mirrors. We learned that last time. Always sturdy.
BAP?
American biscuits are just scones or scones, depending on what you want to say.
Yeah, it's like a savory scone.
Yeah, God, what's BAP? Everyone, I've never
Well,
heard
see,
this in my life.
salvage bars come in with the BAP, the big BAP.
Yeah.
Barm, Cobb, BAP,
I've
tea
only
cake,
actually
Bara, roll, oven bottom, batch, stoddy, softy bun, morning roll, bacon BAP. Okay, no, I've heard about bacon BAP.
I've heard bibimbap. Or bibimbap.
We saw a sad Alyssa face, but she's gone now.
What's the term I was supposed to ask about, Alyssa? Newfies.
Oh, newfies.
Tell me about a newfie.
Some people say that a newfie has a challenging
Well, it's a dog.
craw. Well, yeah, it's a dog, yes.
No, sometimes you just gotta go,
Oh, okay.
go around,
Okay.
It's not a coach.
That's a newfie.
How to eat a Marisberry,
Okay.
Oh, so it's the vowels.
That was
the
a
vowels.
Marionberry, that was a Mars bar,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got
I heard both.
What I'm hearing is that they have some twisted ass vowels.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Twisted ass vowels, got it.
Awesome.
Oh, EMW. That's well known to us.
Jothe, we are playing on the PC with a controller, and this is the console. Or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
controller
yeah.
UI.
We've been trying it on the stream.
Yep.
And you get new art.
You get some cool art, different pictures to look at.
That's me, a newfie. Gliding Secret, is that you? Are your vowels fucked up?
Do you disregard any law of words?
So Wanagi Scott says you can find a map of role names per region. Hell yes. God bless you.
I'm gonna use the word BAP on Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
Just toss me the
Now, BAP is what is the actual pronunciation, like with the accent of origin?
Well, they won't be saying BAP. I'm sure for them it'll be like BOP, right?
Probably.
Bop?
So like what Ryan Hartman
Phonetically?
would we call a good song?
Yeah.
Okay. Get Patrick in here. Yeah, Patrick might know. Patrick might be working from home.
Oh my God. Okay, so the Wikipedia one, list of bread rolls. Look,
You were closer before.
list of bread rolls. It goes on for a while. You're just in the B's there.
Oh. Yeah. No.
Everybody calls
I
a
thought they only called it with a B, and then we got the C's, and I was like, okay, I think I saw the word
no, because
Cloverfield.
there's so many B's. There's so many B's in there.
Settle in, folks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Gliding Secret, but we're
BAP, you might have
there are.
app.
Oh,
App.
it's that. Yeah,
App.
I know what you mean, Ciani. It's a specific. It's a specific turn on that A vowel that I can't produce effectively.
Practice in front of the mirror for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, like in The Sims, it's back. SA, what do you mean? Isn't it just scone or scone? Is it not?
I don't want to go that deep into that one.
Yeah, I guess
Although,
that's
I guess
true.
it's because I have a horse in that race, and I don't with BAP.
I don't want to be injured by anyone.
Yeah.
Fancy jet type, so many beasts. Yes,
See, it's like we're at PAX often. I don't want to get rushed with
Yeah, exactly.
various breads. No, I do. Please do that.
Actually, please rush us with the breads. No, so many
me up.
B's. It's because a lot of these roll words, for some reason, start with B, but if you go and look at the list, it just goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of names.
But why is the name for bread roll so different across a singular
I think.
section? Like I realize if you call it soda and pop,
Yes, we know about that.
but that's
Coke,
like
but even Coke can be.
yeah, it's fucked up.
Coke just means pop.
Yeah, or soda, but that's spread out for a lot, and it's only 3 across the entire nation.
Yeah,
Ish.
true.
This seems to be a smaller space with way more for bread.
Yeah,
All
well,
of bread.
but I think it's because it's so personal.
Oh, okay. So because they're different types of bread, so they might have a different name, but then you'll call similar looking bread, the same name, right? I guess that's what I would.
Exactly. But
dozens of different configurations.
exactly. So
see, that's some great British baking show type shit, where they say, we're making this today, and I'm like, I've never heard of this pastry in my life.
they're like, what the fuck is this on the technical?
Yeah. Ooh,
oh shit.
All the time.
So Lazarus, because in America 100 years is a long time, and in England 100 miles is a long way. I've heard people be like, oh man, that's like an hour and a half north. I'm not going there. It's like cultural. I drive an hour and a half to get here.
Yeah, true.
From home.
It's been pretty fucked up, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Blackout. We went to 2 lanes instead of 3 on 520.
There's that, but there's also like somebody had gotten pulled over, and as a result, 1,000 people were late getting home.
Yeah. It's taken me 90 minutes when it should not. And that feels bad. And I live closer than you.
Yeah, exactly. So the regionalization is hyper-extreme there. So places are much more distinct, and it doesn't get unified or homogenized in the same way. So like everybody's grandma is gonna have a name for these. Like there is, okay, chat. It's like this. Does your grandma? Could be your grandpa.
I say yes.
Yeah. Does your grandma?
Not your grandma's grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Except in those rare cases. Does your grandma take the rest of the pie crusts that she didn't need?
Does your grandma?
Yeah, exactly. Gran. Does she take the rest of those pie crusts, like the rest of the strips, and then bake those in the oven with cinnamon and sugar on them to eat? And if they do, yes, Nana. See, I have a Nana. Like, I've always had a Nana.
Yeah.
Now, motherfuckers, what do you call them? Mima. Yeah, exactly. But what do you call them? What
I missed the part. What's named? These
delights?
Crusts. Yes.
This remaining pie dough that your grandma would bake with cinnamon and sugar for the kids to eat. Yeah. The trash. Okay, so not euphemistically, Shazza, like actually trash, scraps. Okay. Pie crust strips of sugar and cinnamon. Oh, come on.
I call them cinnamon twists from Taco Bell.
Yeah. Gee, Father, burnt ends. Certainly we have this terminology in.
I want to know if the trash is meant to be a joke, because that's funny to call things trash that aren't. But
no,
that might actually be true because it is like leftover.
They said it twice. Scraps, twists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Churro, not chorizo.
Shepherd's pie gruel. Nice. Huh. Okay, so get a load of this. Garbage plates. I'm familiar with this.
Wait, hold on. The name of the show right now is Idle Champions. Idle
Champions.
We can work with it later.
I'm loving it.
I'll work on the logo while you talk.
So it's like this. Yeah, exactly. So Wanagi, what did your grandma call them? Right? So in Brenna's family, which I have married into, right? They have a name for that you can't find online. Like there isn't another single reference to what they call.
Who's they?
This is Brenna's family. So this is going back. This is her grandma's grandma.
Yeah.
Who named this? This is where she got the name, and so it must have existed from before that even.
Yeah. Are you thinking that it was lost to history, potentially?
Well, I think that it's an example of a regional language that never broke out and never needed, like that term didn't need to escape, right? They call them Yankee cheat.
Yankee cheat. Cheat. Huh.
Right?
I didn't think anyone was going to say that. If someone else said that, how connected would you have been with this person?
Exactly. Like I don't even know. Yeah, Yankee cheat. And so it's just like, and Brandon was like, oh, Yankee cheat. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I feel like I want to be offended by it.
Trisk puppy chow.
Some are.
Where I'm from.
Some parts of it are ghostly.
But Gav calls that same concoction Muddy Buddy.
Which?
Chex Mix with like peanut butter, powdered sugar shake kind of situation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Muddy Buddy.
I've called it puppy chow growing up.
Oh yeah?
I called him Muddy Buddy. And he was just in PA, so one state away.
Well, see, there we go. Yankee cheat.
So that's just saying cheat sheet. So do you know why Yankee cheat?
No, and all I know, it's got to be old. It just has to be fucking old. Right? And so, yeah, see? Chow chow?
And that puppy
Keep up? Chow chow? Oh man, this is a treat. This is what I'm about.
Well, we should bring some in this video.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we should eat this shit
It's so good.
today.
It's way better than bugs.
So did your mom make it?
I had a friend's mom that would go like hard and make it like every
Mega
time I
snack?
came over,
Like that
if I came
big
over,
bag?
you'd, like see the. No, it's really just a shake. Actually, it's like a big.
There was
bag.
some wanagi. There was some in that mix that far back. In the language, Dabe means esteemed colleague.
All these forest friends just sprinting.
Ray of thou.
So really
Yeah.
quick
Yeah, all right.
interjection. Yesterday I surpassed 500.
No shit.
Yeah, I was just slamming that event so hard. I let it do a free play, and it took me over 500, and I got an achievement for it, and I was very proud.
So what was your mix?
Pretty much this, as I have it.
So Grandma was
But I
present.
had a different kind of situation, formation requirement, but it got me pretty far. Plus, I think I have just a ton of that favor.
Yeah.
Just helped me put that.
So 500.
you.
I mean, 500. Obviously, that's not like. It's not Gara, you know. I mean, like.
No. Well, yeah. No, we can't all be like Gara.
You know, it's good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, it's not bad,
Yeah.
but it's like.
Yeah. Well, I can brag to like certain people, but just other circles, it's like I don't even. Why am I even sitting in this?
Yeah, it's like, you know. I mean, do you go on the Reddit?
Yeah. I didn't like. I don't post on the Reddit. I don't even do
No,
it
dude.
because
Yeah.
get shut down.
But that's what I want. I want that like old school like Polaroid of you, like, but you're like in the picture, but like this game screen is also in the picture, and you're just like just leaning back.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, and then I learned that it's a actual like little subculture of like when you beat it and you take the photo in front of the like hold the controller. Posted that wholesome content to Twitter like a few months ago. Me doing Mario World, I think.
Yeah.
But then I discovered that there's like a hashtag where it's like people still do this. It's where they take a picture of themselves in front of the game console with the controller and stuff.
It's
and
pretty
I do
sweet.
love it. I wish I could remember the hashtag. I think it's like
It's pretty
hashtag
sweet.
beat it or something like
A while ago, I mean, this would have been when the first Bayonetta came out, so this is a million years ago.
Yeah.
Kiko made that special Scarborough Fair shirt,
that. Yeah, I remember
and
that.
the way that you could get the Scarborough Fair shirt was by sending in a picture of yourself at the winning screen.
Oh my god, that's very
We just wanted to do it. We just wanted to bring it
that's
back.
great. I would love to bring some sort of challenge there. Are there any games that you think require, like,
Proof.
that require proof? Like, I think, like, I feel like a Spelunky, because I feel like you have to, that's a muscle that you have to really get going on.
Yeah, I think that's true, and it's no big like surprise that it's very old school in nature,
hashtag me.
right? Lazy F4, yes. As far as I know, my
Battletoads,
tweet.
oh my god.
Yeah, as far as I know, my tweet about Yankee Cheat is like the only example of it online. I couldn't find anything about it.
Yankee Cheat, it's just your Twitter.
It's my Twitter saying, do you have this? Do you call this something? Is this something in your house?
Yes. Protoform, I am maxed out in, I think, Torms or Helms. And
Really?
I'm trying to get, I'm just a little bit away from the Kellenvor being
Thanks, Avery.
maxed out. So I'm close to all of them. And I think when I convert some of the favor from the event, I might finally max out the main 3. But we did just get the new Tiamat.
What does that fucking feel like? To max one of those?
Powerful.
Jesus.
I didn't think it ever happened.
Well, no, wait, how could you?
They keep scrolling down. You're like, I'll never get that. And then I guess you do. But that's just because it's multiplicative, right?
Yeah.
You need,
It's just
gotta
over
spend money to
time.
make money.
Thank you so much, Sadie,
Hey, thanks, Sadie.
for sure. Yeah, 21 years
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah.
21 years. Consider it. It's a lot to think about there.
There's a lot to think about
Well,
there.
in the post, I put a link up to the 20th anniversary stuff, and it's just, I feel like that just happened.
Yeah, no, we just made that.
How could a
We
year,
had that cake.
right? Oh, the best cake
It's a very good cake.
from Midori,
Yeah, ooh. Rest in peace.
right?
Big ol' F in chat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Midori.
big F. Put your F's up for Midori.
Yeah. Not a small brag, but the Midori cake people have moved to California
Oh yeah.
because they're high tier now.
Hell yeah.
We knew that they were incredible, but
we knew that they were too good for
they
for
were way
us.
too good, right? They're cake makers in Redmond, and they made
A great coffee too, though.
Media, they made great coffee. They made my nacho cake that I got for Britt for her 30th, which looks too much like actual nachos, but it was actually cake. Then they made us our 20th anniversary cake, which is super good, 2-tiered kind of situation.
Well, delicious, but also perfect and beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
the owner said that she'd come back up for my wedding cake, which I'm very excited for. So I gotta,
No
I
lie.
gotta go hard. I gotta think of something really cool for them.
man, that's live. But they're doing good.
Yes,
Good.
They're doing very good. They're on that we just do big scale wedding cakes because that's all we need to do.
And shows.
Yeah, exactly.
They do cake
Yeah,
shows.
they're in like magazines and stuff. They're powerful.
Gliding Secret has a question. What is the max favor for the campaigns?
I don't think there is. I've not hit a cap on the max. There's a point where you can quit spending it, but it will always let you push a little bit further. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nacho cake was insane. The sliced olives having like the gradient to lighter gray. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to get that menu off there. It's I'd like to say it's just a little bug that's happening right now.
I was going to say, I'm glad that they added this. You know what I mean?
I think it might have been there the whole time, but I've always been looking down at the character portrait.
But I haven't seen it.
I think it's just popping up out of nowhere.
Doctor, I am super cranked up for Unplugged.
Who's pumped for Unplugged? What are you trying to do at Unplugged?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
other than host an event, I guess.
Well, there's the event host. Obviously, I got two D&D games there.
Yeah, and you're not a part of the Q&A panel, are you? Or the advice panel?
Always.
Okay, so that's 3 panels.
No, Omen usually has a lot to say during these panels.
It might have been mouse, huh? Was it me thinking it was a bug and it was just a mouse over the wrong section? See,
Would that be funny?
I thought it was up top, though. We'll find out. We'll find out.
It was just a mouse over thing.
Yeah, Red Sierra makes me feel like a dummy, but you're the right person on the wrong person.
No, Red Sears got you.
It's mouse.
It's mouse.
Mouse.
No, it is crazy pants. So that intro, obviously, at the very beginning, I am interviewing Eric Lang.
Yeah.
Live on
Okay, so
stage.
it's going to be more of a sit-down scenario?
It's going to be like Amy
Okay.
Amy Hennig and Luke Smith.
Yes. I think he's a very talented designer.
He's out here
and
killing it.
I didn't realize that I was hanging out with him at Gen Con until
He was just
I walked away.
He was just a cool guy.
He was just hanging out. He's like, playing some games with the Mondo crew, and he was just there, like chatting with everyone. I was like, this guy's really nice.
That's so cool.
And I was like, oh shit, that's Eric.
Spidey, yeah.
I know. I own several of your games.
We'll try to make sure that happens because for everybody that doesn't know, we've done Q&A type panels before for the C team, but we came up with a format where it's essentially like an advice show where people ask advice either from real life or like from the perspective of their character.
Yeah.
For help on things in their campaign, their adventuring life, romance, anything like that. And then our characters from the games answer their questions.
That's the unique twist.
It's kind of fun.
Advice shows, since the McElroys obviously are popping off all the time.
Well, they own it.
But this is that unique spin.
It's all fake.
The in-character answer is very, very good.
Yeah.
And I attended my first at our
Oz?
last PAX, and I was smiling the entire time.
Well, no, because that one was kind of wild.
I enjoyed it.
And so we'll try to see if we can record these
it was
for
great.
sure. But no, like there was a lot of the Omen Evelyn stuff was wild.
Yeah, that was very good.
Right, like right in the middle of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And you two being aware of it, and everyone else like trying to nudge you towards talking
No, it
about
was
it whenever it was
really,
possible.
it was really, really silly. It's a fun angle. Oh, Brianish, that's very, very easy. The first question that I ask people in the C Team campaign is, 1, what is your secret reason for joining the party? 2, who have you wronged? And 3, what would you kill to know? So as long as you have answers to those questions, and it might be that players haven't thought very much about them yet, and so this just gives them an opportunity to do that. if you have the answers to those, you can play for a really long time.
How long did it take you to find that recipe?
Which one?
Like, I feel like the recipe that you just told me, those 3 questions, I feel like those are very targeted attacks at someone's intentions.
Definitely.
And so it took a while for you to get there.
Well, and they're also, they inherently challenge the person who's being asked them. It's like, well, I've never, it's like, that's not a part of my character. I haven't wronged anyone. And it's like, well, there's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it also, the very first one is sort of asking you to be duplicitous, which just feels a little naughty anyway. So I just came up with those for the C team. I wanted to have a substrate, and we've been playing for 3 years off the answers to those questions, so it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. As you said that out loud, I realized my own mortality. Like, C team has been happening.
There's fewer days ahead than behind.
And it's like, I remember when it was an idea, and then the logo, the tentative logo just had AI interns on it.
Yep.
We hadn't named it yet.
Oh, for Kiko, yeah.
We just had that, like,
the best part about
holding
Kiko,
spot.
you know Kiko, right?
I know Kiko,
So that same sheet was like Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yep.
And then it was Acquisitions Incorporated interns.
Yep.
And then he made a third treatment just because we would need it eventually.
Yeah.
Because he's Kiko.
It's very good.
Yeah, that's a common malady essay. Yeah, true, Angus. I could leverage those questions against my daughter's suitors.
You should ask that during job interviews from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Just start out with
you
it.
feel to know, just open.
Nope. Highly effective. So this squad, they don't need help. They
really
just
don't.
They
really
just
don't.
kick kick people in the teeth.
Yeah, we also have a bunch of favor, and so we're just going to stomp through this one. We could probably make it to the 400s pretty easily, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done this for a little bit.
It was pretty great. That big guy came onto the screen
Yeah, and then he melted.
No, he did not last.
You know what? I am trying to move pretty quick here. Why don't I just juice my
You
boys?
need to sip?
Just drink it down, big sip. It's got this hefty juice. I don't like starting with it because it is daunting to hear all those noises, and then people that
up
have
front.
never tuned in and chat are like, why is this happening? But also, how do I make this happen? Which I was asking first when I saw my first stream.
That's the main thing. And so it's like, now that you have the formation sort of established and it's functional, now you crank the speed.
Let's see. So speed, good. There was one other thing I wanted to look at potentially. Maybe there wasn't. We're gonna ignore that for now until I remember.
I say that's awesome, and you should commend your wizard for that. Doctor, you're welcome to join you're welcome to grab the A team, although most of the A team is probably elsewhere canonically. You might want to take a look at.
Get that free chest. Oop!
Yeah, Dabe.
I got really excited about it.
Take
that exclamation in there.
Take a look at the game we did at the Descent for the C team, because it establishes a canonical group that operates the Avernus franchise.
Get a single gold chest.
Mage Pie Squared, that's a very nice thing to say.
All right. I got a single silver V chest, which won't give you that much.
Choo-choo-choo.
All right, that's fine. Actually, 2 items.
I'll get those buffs.
Got a silver sentry. Got that vine bundle. All right, yeah, I'll hold off. Actually, let's open these. Yeah, let's just open these all in a row. For V, who I was trying to gear up because it was during the event that just ended yesterday?
Yeah. Brown.
Ish. I was like, oh, she's not nearly as geared as everyone else I know. Tiny helper.
A lot of cats.
Ooh, jeweled amulet. I love that. Love to see a good.
You like that perp?
Good perp item.
See those trichomes on there? Nice.
Joke for a few states. Well, legally for a few states.
That's true. The boss lady cloak.
It's good. Are you referring to the D team? Oh dear.
Spidey, was that the canonical name that we came up with for that one?
What's that?
I knew they chose a designation. So part of the gameplay for the adventure that we did at the Descent
Okay.
was they basically took, how we made those bookmarks when we came up with the book? We made those bookmarks that had the stat blocks and stuff on there.
Yeah, of course.
So I gave them all the bookmarks, and I was like, hey, you need to use these bookmarks to basically draft a team to run the Hell branch, basically.
I really liked those bookmarks, actually, and they were very hot during Gen
They're
Con.
fun.
People just wanted to get all of them.
Well, they're cool, and it's actually, that content isn't in the book.
It's not?
Some parts of that are not in the book, yeah.
No one would let James call it the D team. That makes sense, too.
Oh, that's right. I don't think they wanted to do it, but for some reason, Omen was really into... Drebus's thing was just working for Omen at that time. And so he ended up sort of in like a middle management type role.
Yeah. Yeah, along with the speed potions, we're moving so quick. I just saw that last one required 17 instead of 25 things destroyed, so that's pretty all right.
Yeah, it's thinning out.
Drebus was in middle management.
Very briefly, Ghostly. Very briefly.
Does the D stand for drummer, Drebus? That's good.
No. So that bronze girl was suggesting that Canadians were wildlings. Does she imagine there's a cold wall up there somewhere?
We don't know.
No.
Have you ever been north of Vancouver?
I guess that's true. Not even once.
No one has.
But if you were looking for more from Jasmine, you got to check out the Seattle by Night campaign that starts on Friday.
Jeeves at basis, 100%.
4 p.m. Be there.
God, Seattle by Night's gonna be very good.
Well, Seattle by Night, I think that obviously
you were there.
You're here. So
you're gonna do that, okay.
I need you to
if you need me to
be cool for a second, if possible. It's the best overlay I've ever seen for a live, actual play.
I appreciate that.
I have never seen, it's just very, very good.
I was very happy with it, and then the client said no changes, which is also a very good thing.
Oh, that almost never happens.
When that happens, I'm like, all right.
I've had clients.
I'm making ads for it. I'm like, these look pretty cool too. So it's good. No, you've had clients.
Did you stick with the neon?
Yeah.
Oh,
keeping the neon throughout.
Wow, and Gav's logo though.
Yeah, it all syncs together pretty well. I'm excited to see that content. Plus, we got the Nick art, which also looks so good.
Well, yeah, but also it was really fun because nothing pleases Buland more than having a ton of awesome art assets.
Oh yeah.
And then being able to just do the part that he loves and excels at.
I handed him like 40 PNGs.
Exactly.
For him too.
So when he basically makes the tool that they use to drive the stream behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then when he's done, it looks like that. I mean, that feels good.
Yeah, I guess we can give a little bit of spoilery preview because it's not really that big of a deal. Just like the whole concept of this one obviously operates more like a visual novel versus like battling. So
yeah,
it was
it's very
important to
social.
show the full art. So we actually have, whenever a slide is chosen of like one of the characters, they have like full art that actually pops up in front of everything, like over the overlay.
The animations are live?
Yeah. And,
wow.
And if someone else is picked, they go whoop whoop, and then the other person pops up. So it feels like a visual novel. It feels like real time. Yes, exactly. Well, it will be because they're all tied together, because Bulan tied it together. So it's like, if this changes, all this stuff updates.
That's so great.
Their little health bar pops out of them too, so it's very good.
Well, what I really like is he had to, just with Wirecast or whatever it was, he might have been using that animation framework that he had to write from scratch.
It's likely.
Right? The same one that he uses for the emotes in here.
I doubt he would not use something he wrote from scratch, if that makes sense.
Well, because he wants to be able to guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
But also, there's been issues just in terms of using even regular animation inside of an HTML page.
Yeah.
A regular iframe, sometimes the streaming software doesn't like it.
So now that exists, so it is possible for future things, because we can do that live now.
I know.
Cool. So
Well, yeah, because it's
Future vampire options.
You can hit any button and you're ready to go.
Yep. You can map it to an Xbox controller.
So I have never actually known how that's pronounced.
The devil? Okay,
Yeah.
so we actually got to 175, so we completed the main quest. So I'm actually doing this to try to get the variant of it. So let's get out of there and do a reset.
Aranese, let's see.
Always a very calming piece of art to see the campfire. I mean, sometimes you really just want to like restart, so you're like mashing through, but I do enjoy it.
My favorite thing
There we
about D&D Beyond, I mean, obviously...
Aranese.
Aranese, okay, that's fine.
All right, now we got 225.
Aranese.
Aranese.
Jaraxel has to start the formation, can't be moved. Then we got 2 mercenaries take up slots, and they attack with pistols. And then enemies that are hit by the pistols move faster and hit harder because they're freaking out. So this one has a lot to it.
That's not a plus.
I don't think it's going to be impossible to get through. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Losing 2 people sucks, though, because that makes all of their buffs go away. So I have to decide who's going to not be in. But also we have Jaraxel, who's going to be forced to be in, so we can't put anybody in his slot in, which is our...
It's true.
Who else were we?
Night, Lazarus.
Uh,
Good to talk with you.
Who was in there? All right. Well, I can't change it, so I can't even actually look.
Wi-Fi. Thanks so much.
All right, here we go.
Got to bird it up.
Yeah, starting on the console always makes me panic a little bit, just because I'm like, gotta go into the menus.
Yeah. And do some clicks.
People are watching. Let's see. So yeah, we'll just throw in a squad and then start swapping them out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Paulton and Sentry were in that. So unfortunately, we won't be the hop.
Oh, in that slot, you mean?
Yeah. That's a bummer. All right, so let's see what we got here. So for front line, we could do this and keep the nut as the front line because wolf nut will happen, which is very exciting. Yeah, this is actually okay. And then we'll bring Celeste over maybe. Okay, so let me get tapping on these friends and then we can talk about what we can change out.
Just tap on it. Oh, yeah, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Jarlaxle had Mad Gold Find. That's definitely his brand.
He gets the money. Mm-hmm. Someone else's brand, I know.
Hashtag. I'm so glad Vizier is in this game. It just makes me so happy. His stupid bird.
So these 2 specs for Jaraxel are effectively get more money, right? No, it used to be. No, it is. Okay, so increases gold fine or manipulating good and neutral allies. So what does Master of Disguise do? Yeah, so it's like DPS or money. We have Jim as our DPS, so do we just keep him in and get paid?
Get wealth.
We're still not even gonna get close to an area where we're gonna need wealth.
True, true.
So
We don't have time.
we could just do it for fun.
Mm-hmm. Just to be
Wealth
cool.
increases others higher. That's about it. We're gonna do it because I never ever actually picked the gold find.
Why not?
And then Arctic apparently was the way, right? Oh yeah, this is the debuff.
Oh yeah, and that'll be nice, especially if people are getting shot by these, by the minions back here.
Oh yeah, so I guess
we
should,
need debuffs.
We should maybe figure out something. Yeah. So I think we should figure out how we can best handle the debuff because the enemies will start shooting faster if they get debuffed.
Exactly. So we just basically we just need to emphasize CC in our
Sure.
output.
If in terms of CC, I think we have Dinar has a stun or a slow. Is that true? And
He does, his command, I think.
If we throw in Averin, he does that kickback, so it gets
He do.
further away.
Also, it's funny to look at.
It is very funny to look at. So So who's popping up on this weekend's time gate? Yeah, Arctic should offset some degree since it slows. Are we thinking Dinar? Maybe we'll do it just because.
We didn't use him last time.
We didn't use him last
and
time.
I know that it would make that it would make Ryan happy, right?
Maybe. Yeah, time gate is random per person, I believe. Yeah, Jar Axle for gold find early on until late game when my formation is full and you just need more damage. So Isla has the kick knockback, so maybe we toss in Isla. Now that I'm not just mousing over and thinking that I bugged the game out. So maybe Isla instead of Deacon here?
Deacon, yeah, I was just gonna say that's not the focus.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Because eventually
Click off Deacon.
our game is gonna have to be pretty tight in order to fight off the double debuff situation.
Yeah. Deacon does make them go faster.
He do.
He do. But I guess we have Shandy still, so we're getting a little bit off that. Obviously, we could maximize that.
A little goose.
Yeah. And then if we do put Cathris in somewhere, we could get more off of the walnut buff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Deacon actually increases the spawn rate. That makes sense. So I guess it does still help you get through that.
Yeah. If your DPS is good.
Yeah. So it's juice time again, just because we only do have 40 minutes
The
left
goose
of
juice.
this one. And
So
let's just see if we can
for
hang in
Shandy,
there.
do you want to do Chris? Or I'm gonna say Chris, of course. I mean, Cathris.
Cathris. We could do that.
Try him.
However, I do like the bonus speed we're getting from Shandy a little bit, just because she's our only speed boost right here.
Right.
Yeah, no, we can't use Sentry, unfortunately. So Cathris over Isla, likely. All right, I'll listen.
It would be very easy to find out if it's legit.
There we go. Put our friend. There we go. Got to recruit first. So the number's gonna go down because he's not.
Yes, temporary.
Yeah. Pretty much Velvet, right? Because we're trying to just buff someone who's actually closer, so that's fine. All right. I didn't see the number beforehand. I'm just gonna pretend like it went up. It's fine, right?
You know what? I'm gonna support you in
By
that.
ourselves.
Look, it went green again. Whoa,
Well,
this is crazy.
I love it.
Yep.
Did we? Yeah, we threw Vizier here, but do we want him up front, just pounding on stuff, or maybe have him dance around on their alties? Let's do that. That's
well,
kinda
he's
more
a
fun.
premium bird, and he's a proud fellow.
So many deliveries today, I suppose.
It's the holidays.
So we'll go roaming ultimate on that bird though.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shandy needs one. And now Chris needs one. Yeah, so these ones where they really take up multiple slots.
With other shit.
That is so frustrating because you can't get nearly as far as you potentially could have.
Well, you can't build the same type of efficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So it's frustrating and it's hard, but
It's a different kind of puzzle.
yeah, usually it takes a little bit longer to get to that point where you really have to start changing up your formation because, starting out, I think you can make it to level 50 with almost anyone in that formation as long as that's what you're earning. But moving past that, especially if you're taking less percentage on that buff, it's gonna take some more time.
Now, I know that Jarlaxle's guards, when they shoot, it creates a problem. But are they also part of our DPS? Like, are they actually delivering anything of value?
I would be surprised if they actually were delivering
Something useful?
any sort of DPS.
Yeah.
I just don't know I guess if I check the bud, which should break it down.
Right?
I can't click into this and see individual bud, right? It's just showing me highest. Unless there's a secret button I'm not hitting. I wonder if it would show those two.
Or are you, Mac Haggis, are you hanging out with us on the phone? Thank you, Jay Lady.
21 month streak for a 20
Yeah.
First birthday of Penny Arcade.
It's like the earth is gonna split open. The day has come.
They just debuff, but if you can get them killed, they stop shooting. Okay, but they are in the back. Boo.
So that's a novel
Yeah,
technique.
They're not really gonna die first. Jerry,
Yes, my friend.
how
can I help you?
I feel like my hobbies,
Yeah.
I go hard in the things that I love.
For sure. That's been my experience of you, yeah.
And for a long time that was customizing, modding, and building PCs. But this was like early. This was like high school and right out of high school and stuff.
LAN
I was
days.
really heavily into LAN, so did a lot of that.
Yeah.
But now I'm reading subreddits about building PCs and checking prices almost every other hour.
Oh,
Because it's time. It's time for a refresh, and I still.
hold on. Are you still twisted up about? Listen, this is the right. Honestly, this is good. No, we can get good info back from here. At any rate, you can't be more
true.
stymied.
I'm just trying to build the perfect Isle of Champions machine, you know. But I want to run it 400,000 instances of it.
Yeah.
Individually.
So, this is what you need to know. So, which parts are you most concerned about? Which parts are you still thinking are goofed?
Okay, so first thing chat should know if we're gonna actually dig in is I'm building a mini ITX machine.
Yeah, so
I
portability.
want smaller form factor because I was at PDX LAN the other week and I'm so tired of carrying that shit. And even it's not even that big of a tower. It's just a standard ATX case.
But having the custom
feels nice. So I was looking through a bunch of things and I actually do like, even though it's not truly the smallest of small, the H210i from NXT or whatever.
Yes.
Which is like a nice, larger but very well-proportioned case.
I like their stuff in general.
And it's long enough, it's deep enough to take some thick cards and a reservoir for cooler, which is great. So potentially gonna do like the water-cooled situation.
This is the thing that fucks me up. As somebody who hasn't like, I do it every now and then, but I mean I'm due for an update. I have an i3 like I said. I mean
you've given me, so I built my machine to play Dota in like 2011, 2012. And I haven't upgraded that machine. It's set for occasionally you will just hand me an old video card on my desk and I'll be like,
from an old box.
Older machine. But your processor, if it's an i3, has been hanging out for a long time.
It has. But the only reason that it's still been sort of okay is that I got like the server version of it, like an old Xenon or something like that, and so it had crazy cores, right?
Thick with cores.
But it's not cutting it anymore. Like we're getting to the point where there's a CPU, where the CPU factor in a modern game, it might not be important for like an i5 or an i7, but I'm starting to feel it at the i3.
So right now, I believe in my brain I've made the Intel decision, but the Ryzen chips are interesting, and I used to be like hard AMD.
Interesting.
And
Mike had a Cyrix.
Radeon fanboy kind of situation.
Way back. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I was always standing that side of things. However, then when I got the NVIDIA card from you, like the GeForce experience was better at the time.
It's quite good, but
and
the Vegas
seemed to be snappy. So,
but Vegas, like, we get a very good experience out of the new boxes that we have, and those are ATI.
These friends?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I imagine that it's totally fine and great.
Yeah, but the new, like those newer Vega boards.
Optimization troubles? Because I know it'd be like, this won't run on an AMD machine. What are you doing?
Well, back in the day, that was a lot more common than I think it is these days. They wouldn't be able to get away with that as much, right? But the truth is that you're not going to get in any trouble putting an NVIDIA card in your machine. And the main thing right now is about RTX.
Yeah.
So
I definitely do want to do.
Now that people are doing.
Damn, Baka's saying go AMD CPU and NVIDIA GPU.
Why not? Why not?
As long as they're friends and talk to each other, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. But that's the main thing. Yeah, Baka, I'm bringing it back. So, but you hit them with the big queues that you have, right? Because those are the real outlays.
The big queues.
Yeah, in terms of. See what they think about your i5 v i7 conundrum.
Oh, I think i7. So I was building i5 to save money, and then I realized that I have a Best Buy card, and I can finance at 0% for 18 months there, and you can actually buy a fair amount of components in the price match.
Oh, I see.
So I'm going to pick up the majority on that so I can pay it off. So I was like, well, in that case, because I'm still only going to be contributing like $100 a month to this, I can upgrade the things that I would have swapped out in a year.
Well, and the
i5, go for the i7.
Yeah.
But now the argument is I can do 2070 Super or 2080.
I see.
And now I'm just like, that's a significant jump when it comes to price. It's not as bad as I thought, like we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought those were still in the $1,000 range, but I saw one recently for in the 650s or lower.
Right, now, this is what we're talking about here.
But this is where it's gonna get gross.
Alpha Crawl, this is the question. And this is how we know this person came to play. What are your budget?
My budget originally in my brain was 1,200, which is why I started doing that. And then when I started upgrading things, I was like, well, now it's 15.
Yeah.
And because now I'm now I'm being an asshole to where it's like I've looked at a H100i, which is the Corsair water cooler.
Yeah.
But they make a platinum version that's white. That costs about $40 more. It doesn't give you that much. It gives you the new fans as well. But my machine is white, so I'm not like, let's do an interior white case. And then I realized that Thaddeus over at Astro, thank you so much for hooking me up with the A40s.
Oh,
they're custom
you're gonna match
with the line.
You're gonna
and
match.
I'm like, am I gonna be that guy? I think I'm gonna.
You might be.
It's my opportunity to do so.
No,
I haven't done this for a decade.
Don't forget, because you can put the Corsair in there.
I'm getting sweaty.
So it's all white, but you put the Corsair in there, and then you just set it to the color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh yeah.
And now you're done.
I have it. So now I'm trying to figure out if I can make all my interiors IQ so that I can have them all potentially do the wave together.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I know Leon Lee sells the lit cable, which is how you get that kind of look. Well, that's actually not lit on that machine, but you can get like the cable that has the full hue control and whatnot.
Yeah. So, but one thing I've been surprised at, just seeing where the state of the art is these days, is water cooling.
Yeah.
Like or oil or like any kind of liquid cooling solution.
We'll say liquid cooling.
That used to be like.
Oh, I know. I was too afraid to do it.
So
You needed
kinky,
like a reservoir,
weird.
and you can't like tip the case. But now it's all built into one box that you can just buy,
And it's enclosed.
Yeah, and I don't have to touch. I don't have to drain it.
Or the heat sink has the oil in it, and then the runner cables out to the copper sink. That's your back fan.
Yeah, it meant you were hardcore, and you probably shouldn't move that machine too much, or you're like showing off to like win awards at LAN parties.
Exactly.
If you had like water cooling back then.
So again,
keep in mind ITX, so smaller side of things. So I can't go too hard. Can't go harder than like the 2-fan reservoir.
Right.
Which is okay.
But liquid is going to help you get there. The main question you should address with the Galactic Senate.
Yes.
Talk to them about your card. Get something definitive about your card decision.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier, and we kind of breezed over it just because we had other questions. But chat, what do you think about the 2070 Super versus 2080 RTX? Is it worth, do you think, waiting for Black Friday to see if there's any sales? Because I imagine there's going to be thick sales showing up in like a week.
Can't. I just for a second fell into the dark vortex.
This is my feeling to where I want to check the subreddit right now and see if there's any new sales.
It's gotta be Black Friday.
I didn't even know that M2 hard drives existed. M.2. That shit is witchcraft.
I don't even know what that is.
That's effectively, think of it like a RAM DIMM, but it's a hard drive.
It got to there?
They have like 4 terabyte ones and shit.
What?
So I could just like keep like my OS on a little DIMM on the board, keep that very clean and open.
Oh, it's not meant to be.
Oh no, it definitely can go. They have like, even like a terabyte costs about $100 at this point.
What
like 20. It's crazy.
Hell?
It's wild future. I didn't even realize that until I was like looking at
but
people. Jerry, I got into PC building YouTube last night.
Oh, dude, that tech
on all they do, it's
channel
just like,
through there.
It's like 20-minute videos per build, to where they just like do a slow every single time. Just like let's show the fans.
Yeah.
Show the power supply, and we're just like doing all these slides. It's pretty wild.
Alpha is
Chris
correct.
Is playing the Jedi game. I just saw
it keeps coming up, right? But that's Alpha's got you dialed in here. You want to have the answers ahead of time.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to, but you want to wait.
I will wait.
For Black Friday,
yeah.
But you want to know what you're doing going in because you don't want that to cause you, because that's just going to enhance the vortex if you get there not undecided.
And there's a compatibility vortex that I don't want to hit, and I think the case luckily is wide enough to fit most cards and stuff. And I did the research, and as long as the radiator is like 240 millimeter, then I'll be fine. Anything over that, it won't fit in the machine properly. So I think I got it figured out for the most part, but now it's just the question mark of how deep are the pockets. That is imaginary money because it really is only $100 a month for until I pay it off.
Yeah, exactly. But my argument, and tell me if you think this is correct, chat. I feel like you try to get a good processor because that's one of the more onerous bits. I mean, that's tied in specifically to the motherboard. Like when you change procs later, that story is pretty elaborate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say you get the decent processor now. You go with a 2070 RTX.
Yeah.
It's not like top of the line, but it's going to be amazing for a while. And then when they're dropping something solid in like the 4080 range in a couple of years,
I feel ignorant.
Exactly, but I'm saying that
that's how it goes.
Once you get out there, you jump in good there. Like your next video card should be great.
Yes.
Right? And this is going to be awesome for almost everything you want to do.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel bad about it.
The thing is I was gifted Modern Warfare at that LAN party, and my shit doesn't run.
No, mine either.
It's the saddest day.
Mine either.
To boot, that menu just hangs. Like I get 3 or 4 hangs before I see anything that's actually graphics. It's just splash screens that.
It's a trash bag.
Up.
For sure. Thank you, Alpha. That makes me feel good. But I feel that is what strikes me as correct. You basically try to create a great environment for the update that you're going to be hitting it with later. You spend that money on that environment.
Yeah. So i7 right now.
I say
what
i7.
I was looking at.
Yep.
But you earlier were talking about going AMD.
Well, I'm saying that it's perfectly possible to do that, but again, you're not going to get into any trouble putting an Intel chip and having a GeForce.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. I would hit the i7 and go after this 2070 RTX, right? And then the main thing that you'll be able to extract from Black Friday / Cyber Monday is the best pricing on those
on
items.
Effectively
Because
all the
again,
components.
i7 not the latest.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, i9's
2070, exactly, 2070, not the latest. Anyway, that's the sort of thing that's going to see the deep cut on Black Friday.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
You want that stuff.
They're not going to discount the very top price stuff.
Well, they will, but not the way you want it.
So Baka says my main drive is a 512M.2, which is the board
the
type
chippy
situation. My game drive is on a 2 terabyte SSD. So turning it on, I imagine that boot time's insane because I have like a 1.5 terabyte standard platter, I guess, drive.
Hell
that
yes.
I guess I could convert entirely to SSD, and then I'm throwing components away, but that's okay because those drives are like 128. Like my SSDs are like 128, and my big drive is 1.5 terabyte. And
but as I say, but that's such an index of when they were purchased,
it's
right?
True, yeah.
Like back then, you couldn't get.
I could mount them in there because the case hides them.
Exactly, but you couldn't get SSDs that were substantial then. You got those. That was like, you use an SSD for your boot drive, and then you have a regular platter out here, and it's like, well, that's a monster. No.
Yeah.
This is for criminals.
Okay. Yeah, because I think yesterday I saw like a 1 terabyte SSD for $69 or something, and that price inspires me for the future with like my laptop and everything, like the expansion of laptop hard drives.
Yeah.
Because my shit's always full. I'm just gonna be playing games on it. I will be doing all my work here still on my MacBook, which has been still doing great. I'm sure it would do better running Photoshop on this new machine. But
I think Photoshop is it would have well in hand.
Yeah, it'd be all right. I went double M2 drives when I built my gaming PC a couple years ago for just traditional hard drives and SSD for long-term storage.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably keep that traditional HDD, I think you would call it.
Yeah, but how many games do you play in live? I mean, obviously, IO Champs.
Yep.
But not big, not big. So you can keep that on there, and then, but that's probably it. If you're actually curating what's on there, and you're keeping it clean, and you're not just leaving stuff there's just a lot of dumb shit
I
on
have
mine.
a Steam question for you, and I know it was an issue that all Steam games are installed to one folder, one drive, and you can't split that. So I can't be like, install these games, these ones that are going to be benefit from the being on the SSD, install them on the SSD, but install everything else on this big chunky boy who's just kind of holding things for storage.
Yeah, that's not true.
You can set up multiple install folders.
Yeah, that's not true.
So last time I tried, 2011, that was a no-go.
No, these days it's okay.
That's great.
Yeah. See, everybody's got your back here, brother.
Thank you. It was.
Yeah, Lazy's got
I
4 separate.
I Googled it last time, and they're like, you just got to move it all to one folder, and I was like, okay.
No. I have a couple here on the boot, and I have a couple here
I'm glad
over
that
in.
was changed because it felt so infuriating that it wasn't.
Well, it's nonsense. Yeah, for sure. No, that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone. You don't have to worry about that shit at all.
Then I'm happy because I was like sweating. All right, I'm gonna need to put half these games here and half
No. You just choose at the time of install.
And you can even move them around.
Yeah,
That's great news.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
At time of install, you hit the button, man.
Yeah. Okay. That helps me with the drives. I'm still probably gonna get if I'm spending the money, get the M.2 just because I like that technology.
Well, yeah. I'm excited,
can't hurt
by
me.
proxy.
Yeah.
They can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah. No, I've had nightmares ever since.
Well, no, it's just like you want everything set up exactly right at the outset. Yeah, low-end games always on the
Got
crappier
you.
drives. Far Cry on the on the RAID Zero. Get that stripe. Get that stripe working.
Either way, I'm sure I'm gonna run this game impeccably.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And with that kind of cooling, I'll definitely have the ability to overclock.
Well, you'll be able to drink all the potions you want.
And I've never. So when I was in the PC mod days,
Yeah.
if I overclocked too hard, it was always a level of danger that you were riding, and it always felt a little risky, which was part of the thing.
fun.
But now I can hit a button, a page down several times in the BIOS, and it's like, how much you want to overclock?
No,
Maybe?
it's pretty wild. It's pretty
very
wild, like
weird.
how
'Cause it used to feel,
ordinary.
It used to feel illegal, and
Yeah.
now it's like, are you pushing this a little bit?
Yeah, but it's an assumption even at the proc level.
Yeah. So do you still do that?
In my BIOS,
shit
I got in my
jammed
I have
forward
I have a
taking
few
a
of
speed
the
potion?
bad boy switches.
Yeah.
I can grip and then I can sort of like rev it.
Yeah, that's good. Is that how you start it up? God,
Yeah.
that'd be so cool if you just like crank.
Dude, I'm telling you, if they put that out as a USB, I would install that just right off the monitor, off the keyboard.
Yeah.
I would love to have something chunky. Like think about like a Triumph cycle.
Oh my God.
Like just meat.
Yeah.
Just if Triumph had a series, if Triumph worked with Corsair
We gotta know. some
or
people,
Razer,
people, yeah.
and they did, if they made a line of like solid steel keyboards and mice, I would buy it in an instant.
Whew. Jesus.
In an instant, yeah. Pull start. Just reach over there, give it a yank. No, I want this here, and I want to crank this over here.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna listen to Jathe because they said they run a custom water cooling blocks in their CPU. So custom means it's the shit that they probably have to tend to themselves. And 2080 through 9-fan radiator.
Oh, the SLI.
Used to be 4680 SLI. That's
Nice.
disgusting.
It's filthy nasty, but that was the dream.
But that's with the 3 1080p. So are we talking like flight sim kind of shit, or
Yeah. What
Wow.
were you playing on that setup, Jate?
physical accelerator?
Super Soup. We have actually had many conversations during the sponsored stream about what Omen would represent in here. We think neat stuff tied into gold
yeah, we
finds
had so many
that would allow
options.
new, like interesting new builds.
Yeah, we were talking about Omen as a patron versus
Yep.
as a playable character, but he can also be a character as well.
He can do both, but he is not integrated into the game yet proper. Well, he was sort of a patron during the C-Team stuff, which I thought was a really fun integration.
Yeah, he started that like I guess the first rendition of the patron quest.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's one way of putting it, I guess. So Jothe was Crisis. I mean, obviously back then, hell yeah.
Could you do the
throw 3
monitor,
boards?
Could you do the 3 monitor setup on a dying light view?
Could you imagine?
Does it show your peripheral at that point?
Or
because
if it was SLI.
oh my god, he said yes. Dying Light's a very good game.
Well, and it's just that game is so it's so much about being in a place. Can you imagine having the peripheral as well? Like seeing that.
That's the problem. Is like with VR. So I tell this story often because I found VR to be so impressive the very first time I used it. You know, I used a duct tape dev kit with Ben Kuchera and Palmer Luckey in the room.
With the Cooch.
Just yeah, exactly. He brought me in.
Palmer Luckey?
Yeah. He was
Where
just
was
in
this?
This was PAX West 2012, 13.
Wow.
And Palmer was in a room in the hotel, just demoing the dev kit with duct tape on it. Like it was just the pre-shit.
Wow.
And
Oh yeah.
I got to play Doom 3 on it.
DK1, I think.
Yeah. And in the game, I got scared. Like Imp jumped at me and I did this, and it didn't break the whole like, you could look away from the TV. That's not real. And that's when I was like, this is the.
That's
future.
when you're
This is
scared.
insane. Yeah.
Right.
So the 3-monitor setup in Dying Light, I imagine would have a very similar thing, even though you could still look away or close your eyes.
But this is the other thing that will enable, my friend, is that with a box like the one you've described,
yes,
that's you throw a Rift on there,
yeah, and I don't-
right, or an
don't-
Index.
I don't have any.
You
of
play that
the-
Half-Life 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Let's get on that Half-Life 3.
You know that sentence that was a bit forever.
It's true, but I'm saying that worst case scenario, you put on that Rift, and you get that Tetris effect in Ver.
Yeah, I mean,
Now you're taking away.
I got the PSVR, but like
You're floating away. It's not the same.
No, those controllers are a problem.
No, but the light balls.
The light balls are a big problem to do anything that you want to show off. Like I try to show off, and I've shown it off successfully a few times, but more than often than not, they're like, "Why is my controller doing this the whole time?"
Well,
You're like,
that's the
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
Is that if you've ever used Vive or a Rift,
Mm-hmm.
the interactions that you have in PSVR games in terms of like how wobbly the controls are, it's a really, really big deal that those aren't one-to-one and that they drift and act weird.
Yeah, it feels bad for being in there long term.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they have a decent amount of longer term experiences like Moss and RE7 and all that.
Yeah.
So I hope the next versions help on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I do like the exclusives that are there, but until then, I have no reason to. I couldn't run VR before, and now I can. So you're going to send me down that dark path.
But PC, like high-end PC VR is very, very compelling.
Definitely.
You gotta put, the first thing you should install is Pistol Whip.
I heard it's incredible, and if you
wanna play
if
it?
you were to do a VR stream of Pistol Whip,
I would love
would
to.
hop in.
I would love to do a VR stream because we got
definitely
real
miss-
meat.
I miss having the green screen that you could just be in the game with. That was very cool, but I know that setup is so much.
Yeah, but I mean, it really is just that. It's just the frames. I mean, it's not impossible to get that set up quick.
Yeah.
To actually like push it in there and promote.
That was cool shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Would Omen's
Tycho tries.
Yeah, those were good times. Would Omen's specialization cut the gold fine but increase equipment effect? Now I like that.
I do think that he would take. He would definitely slice off the top.
Yeah, so you're generating gold find, and if you're playing with him, then you wanna maximize how much you have with other characters. But I think that he's functionally speaking converting a certain percentage of that into
A lot like
some
like Cthulhu does here when he pays off the demon.
exactly into some other kind of effect.
Yeah, maybe not straight damage like shown.
No, it could be something else.
Yeah.
I mean, he is also a cleric, like among other things.
Yeah. This is the right chat to talk about Tycho Tries because everyone's all about VR here.
Yeah.
I think this is our like, for better or for worse, this is like a true like PC gaming game. You play on consoles, but like I feel like a chat is always like, what am I looking at? People
Well,
are excited to talk about their machines and the games they can run. So this is the squad that would talk to you about Tycho Tries. So let's do some VR streams because I want to play that game with the gun. What's it called?
Pistol Whip?
Pistol Whip. Yeah, I've done Super Hot VR and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Super Hot VR is one of the easiest.
Feel the coolest you've ever felt.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna get much the same feeling from this, except this is a little bit more direct. Like Pistol Whip is basically John Wick the game.
Yeah, I love that. So is it pretty much the same kind of situation? I'm assuming that speed thing isn't in it necessarily, but kind of just like melee combat that becomes weapons or guns when you grab them?
If somebody is up close, you have a special type of physical attack that can handle them.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, the best part is holding the gun down, reloads it as though you're like, as soon as it leaves your visual field, it's just the presumption is that it. And so you really only use one controller, and you just like hold your hand underneath it, and so
that feels cool too.
The feel of the game is really good as a result. Super Hot VR.
Budget cuts, yes.
Yeah,
Super machine.
Yeah, but Super Hot VR is
Super Hot and Beat Saber. Love Beat Saber.
Really spooked. Like, because it's very much an art game too. In addition to it being the best example of shooting, and on PC, I think it's a very good puzzle game. In VR, it has a lot of art game chops in terms of what they're asking you to do.
They're doing some weird shit in that too.
Right?
The helmet in the helmet type situation.
Where, yeah, the helmet inside of the helmet by itself. Oh, Alpha Crawl, thank you so much.
Crawl, thank you for posting that.
Oh, Alpha Crawl.
If you're in the...
Alpha Crawl subbed. Thank you so much.
Man, thank you
Alpha
so
Crawl
much.
subbed to post that part picker suggestion for you in here.
I need to use that.
That is so cool.
1600 is where my budget is right now with the cooler stuff that I started adding on, so I'm not afraid by that price anymore. But if you could find a way to get that to me, Ghostly, if you could just like paste that to me in Slack or something, just so I can have that link. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ghost. Mac Haggis, so you've been off Twitch for the past 4 months. Did Amy ever come back to date cats? We did not have cat dating. We were not able to play the cat dating game. Con season picked up like a great wind. But you may not have heard that Amy's actually working over at Wizards of the Coast now as an in-house designer.
Pretty all right.
Which is pretty exciting stuff.
We're just a wizard factory here.
Yeah, we produce them. It's the Farm League. Well, there had to be a new baby wizard once Kate granulated.
Yeah. Once Kate got her wings.
Yeah, exactly. Spinning Mark, is it here we demand more bespoke recitations? This would be a great place for it.
I don't know what that sentence means.
Oh, so bespoke recitations is the Patrick term for when we when we perform visual novels live on the stream.
Oh, yes, okay. That's perfect. That was the idea of the overlay for the vampires, was like visual novel shit. So
And
I'm into it.
It reads.
America's Next Top Wizard. That might be the new strip search, right?
Yeah.
Just get the crossover with WotC.
It would work.
Well do the hiring process.
We'll handle it for them as a reality show. But no, I know that Mr. Straub,
they have to dry DM for you, Mike, Chris, and maybe we'll call it Patrick up or something.
Hardcore.
Just like get an or like even like Chris Perkins, just get an intimidating group that you have to DM for. I would watch that show because it'd be the sweatiest thing I've ever.
Dude, it would be so much sweat. Can you imagine watching that for 2 solid hours?
Yeah, no.
Just watching a person melt like a candle right in front of your eyes.
Shrinking slowly.
Jothe is co-signing this alpha build.
All right, well, those are the 2 people that I respect the most in chat in regards to building as of learning all the info they dumped on me, so hell yeah. Not that I don't respect you, chat.
It's rock solid. So these friends, you've constructed a nightmare engine here.
Yeah.
They have gnawed.
Are you talking about the front half?
Yeah, I mean, this is nasty.
Yeah, the Nightmare Engine is a great...
I love these hook horrors. Like, a hook horror is bad news.
No, I
that
don't
hook
like
horror
it at
is
all.
like...
It's like a bird...
15 to 20 feet tall.
Bird mantis.
Lobster mantis. And he can't get close.
A Zorak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I started showing the Sun's Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It still works.
I imagine.
It works to this day.
That shit's perfect. Although he probably doesn't recognize the celebrities that get shown on.
No. It's a meme factory.
Yeah. Who's Mark McGrath? Why should I know who that is?
Yeah. The 75% Stay team. You help birth a joy. I guess that's true. I tried to provide a substrate. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Fancy Death Trap was actually on the Cartoon Network site You can watch it in the browser.
It was there.
All of it for free.
All the old episodes?
They had it when I was watching it with Elliot. It was because
they Weird Al when he had an afro still.
They had put them up, and so trying to get that to play correctly on the television. Are there some challenges? Yes. Did I have to screencast my Android phone to my Chromecast with the video window held in a very specific part of the screen? That did also happen.
I've been there. It's important to throw it to the TV.
Oh, yeah, Mac Haggis, if you have not seen Chris run Acquisitions Incorporated Call of Cthulhu,
holy shit, do it.
Do not sleep on it.
You
or
need to
after.
Sleep after. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, thank you.
It's gross.
I was trying to do good cop, bad cop, but you had it.
We're all scared cops.
Two cops and a Chris Straub reference.
Yeah, but and that's not the only thing. That isn't the only Acquisitions Incorporated Call of Cthulhu thing that we'll be producing either. So, if you like that, please look forward to more.
Yes. You don't even have to tell us you like it because.
Exactly. Well, that's true, Spidey.
You can.
Oh, also, Mac, you're getting into the. You don't want to listen to the podcast of that game. You really do want to watch that game on YouTube, because Spidey's not wrong. Chris, and for some reason, the person doing the live transcriptions, they essentially co-DM'd this game in a lot of ways, and it won't make sense unless you're watching the video with the subtitles on. Even if you don't need them, it's just it was a very strange, deeply 2019 moment.
It was such a. I didn't think that we were going to get those captions back. So I thought that moment that we had was only for those people in the theater.
It was special.
Which was cool to think about.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no one's going to get half these jokes when they hear the stuff on the VOD. They're going to be like, why is everybody laughing? But
well,
the fact that
much like we were on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
It made no sense to us.
But it was very enjoyable. And the people that were watching the live stream weren't getting that either because they weren't seeing those.
Yeah.
So the YouTube way is the best way to do it. Brian Hartman speaks Italian. We'll go down. I feel like we could make a shirt and sell that, right?
Yes. It's freebie.
Yeah.
It's just money.
We'll give it away at the end of there.
It's just money. Forest Friends. Oh, some water Davians. It's a great word.
So these are all Xanathar assholes?
Some are.
Until they disintegrate.
Yeah, until they're liquefied.
The words I kind of read say, is it mechanicals? No.
I think so.
No.
The issue is that they're being annihilated too quickly. Thief,
Yeah.
I can read that.
It sounded like chat wanted me to do a build stream. And I'm
do.
totally okay with that because this space is cleaner than my home.
The home.
Only because there's cats, and I don't want the cats to be like.
You don't want
checking
hairs.
It out.
Well, you also don't want hairs like between
Like,
the
as I'm
pins. Dude,
putting
imagine the
heat
pins
sink
of your
in.
proc.
Oh my god.
And then some
It's like flossing.
hair
Terrible.
between the pin
Terrible
and the
feeling.
socket. That's not what we want. Really,
house-
even with the bugs.
Yeah, my house isn't overrun with cats, to clarify. However, there are cats, and they're curious.
Oh yeah, that's true. Jeffy's like, get the canned air.
Even with the bugs, it's still.
Even have the canned air here. Like, you always want the canned air.
You always want it. Do you still need a static wristband
thing? I think Bueland uses one.
Okay, no, if he uses it, I'm gonna use it.
But that's the main thing. But
He has like 4 firewalls, so I
for
trust
sure.
that.
But bring that stuff in here, and then just ask him for any tips, any PC building tips.
Oh yeah, no.
Because he's just done it more recently than we have.
Yeah. Because every time the chipset, I guess, changes, the heatsink application process is modified.
Yeah.
So I do want to learn what the latest techniques are. And
His
I'm sure he
dev
would
box he built, and so
Yeah.
like I say, he's more recently.
But
he's
we
been there more recently.
might have some chat friends show up for that one and also help over the shoulder.
Yeah.
I can do a should I do this chat and then wait 30 seconds for the confirmation, doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Eckler, I have not finished Disco Elysium yet, but that's only because right now I'm really, really into war games, and the Metal King Studio, like the makers of a really interesting skirmish war game called Relic Blade,
Okay, cool.
they made their own goddamn tabletop simulator mod with all the real art and cool versions of the models. And so I'm just hooked. Right now I'm hooked on that and playing Yomi, of all things. I'm back on Yomi big time.
You say that like every 4 months, so I'm used to it.
Yomi's like my go-to.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I've like completely dug that game out, and I've just been wrong. I've been wrong consistently.
Do you feel like you really learn new stuff every time?
Definitely.
All right, well, who am I to?
Yeah, that's a game I've played for, I mean, since it's come out, 8 years?
Yeah.
Like, and I still go back to it. Like, that's not how I do. But that is, I love Spidey's Twitch builds Dave's PC.
I would like to do a...
We'll go in and use the poll machine.
Yeah, we can do the poll for every single component, but also I think maybe we should do a Twitch overclocks Dave's PC to where we actually just have Bulin write something that looks for up, down, and just see how fucked up my shit is.
But he can handle that easy. Yeah. But what we want is a situation where it's like, it's all done, you put the wall up on the side of it,
yeah,
and then we turn it around in front of the camera and there's just a cat with 2 paws, like right against the glass of that case. It's rough.
The Hue cat.
Yeah, we want a cat that can be controlled by the IQ software.
Yeah, I need to know when my ult's ready in Overwatch. It's very important.
I want to know when my cat is ready to ult.
He's always ready.
That's true, actually.
People playing this Fallen Order, are you giving it a second chance, third chance?
I might. I mean, I played it here with Mike for a couple hours.
Yeah, and he seemed to.
He gave up.
Yeah.
And he went home and played it some more, but.
Did he actually like it after that?
No.
No.
I think that.
Is it too Dark Soulsian for him?
I think so. And he doesn't mind Dark Souls, and he actually, like, his favorite out of those was he actually liked Bloodborne and Sekiro better than than Demon Souls or the trilogy. But I think that there's things about the Dark Souls, like as a style of play, and it's basically like Dark Souls plus Tomb Raider. It's like Dark Souls plus Metroid. Almost, where you know how Metroid basically the game is about you getting new abilities to navigate.
Yeah.
And for him, those 2 combinations are fine. His first point is that he doesn't understand why all games have to be Dark Souls now. Have that conversation with him at length.
Sure.
2,
Fair.
he doesn't. He feels like just some of those concepts are at odds with, like, cutting a heroic Star Wars type figure in a game. Now, eventually, you get really good at it, and you have a bunch of powers, and I'm sure that it feels great.
Yeah, chat Protoform just said, Lone
Lone Pavio.
Pavio, yes, sorry, apologies there. So that once you start getting abilities, that's when it pops off.
Yep.
So it sounds like there's a point in the game. How long do you know the time limit of like?
Exactly. He just
bad for 8 hours.
He just got pushed.
Death Stranding kind of situation.
And he pushed something down, and then I think he probably gave up. There's just some interesting. They made some interesting novel choices in there, and they have a story. I mean, they have like a story level of difficulty, but I think that for him, it's the style of game just doesn't feel very Star Wars to him.
No, I saw you slice things in half.
But for me, the problem is that I just need to know what happens in the story.
Oh, that's for you.
I need to know what happens. All right.
Read the wiki.
Get that video online.
All right, friends.
Gathered friends.
It's about that 5.
Precious chat. Thanks so much for rolling through. At 212, this all-star
225 is the
exactly. But I'm saying that this all-star team, even with all this fucking dead weight here in the back, still chewing them up.
Yeah.
Don't forget to grab your Jer, Yand, Dabe chest.
Yand.
On our way out. Get the hors d'oeuvres, the amuse-bouche. Obviously, we have gift bags available. And we will see you on this very stream next time.
Sleep.